Okay guys, here's a quick look at the new TECNO Camon 15. The TECNO Camon 15 series could have at least 3 devices, but the current models that we are aware of are the TECNO Camon 15 and the TECNO Camon 15 Pro. The difference between the TECNO Camon 15 and the 15 Pro is in the front camera. So the TECNO Camon 15 Pro has a pop-up camera. It pops up, and the normal Camon 15 has a punch hole camera. The other differences are in RAM. The Camon 15 Pro has at least 6 gigs of RAM, and the normal Camon 15 comes with 4 gigs of RAM. So this is the TECNO Camon 15 normal version. It comes with 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage. Behind, it's written TECNO Camon 15 with the specifications listed. It comes with Android 10, 2 GHz octa-core processor, supports LTE, has a 6.6 HD display with a punch hole camera. The front camera is 16 megapixels, while the back camera is 48 megapixels. The 48 megapixel rear camera setup includes another 3 cameras to make a quad rear camera setup. There's also what TECNO is calling quad flash, and an ultra night lens that's powered by TECNO's new DSP technology. So it supports GPS, Wi-Fi, FM radio, Bluetooth, OTG, has a couple of sensors, and the fingerprint sensor is at the back. The best thing about the new Camon 15, apart from that huge 48 megapixel rear camera, is that it packs a 5000 milliamp battery. So let's see what you get inside the box. It's a 10 watt charger, so don't expect fast charging from this device. There's the usual TECNO earphones, the ones with no rubber tips. There's the TECNO Camon 15 phone, and it looks really good at the back. It is not very light, it's also not very heavy. Expect to have sort of feel to it. It feels heavier than my Note 10, but I'm not sure about that quite yet because it's just fast touch. Then there is this sort of embossed cover. Inside you get a plastic or rather silicone case they usually get with TECNO phones, and you get this feels like a glass. Yes, it's a plastic or rather glass screen protector included. You will apply that yourself, then you get a sticker that says 12 plus 1 month warranty. So yeah, that's it inside the box. Now let's take a look at the Camon 15. I don't know which color this is. This is the Scheidel Gold. I don't know what color TECNO is calling this, sort of Scheidel Gold or whatever, but it's very, very, very beautiful at the back. It looks really good. So at the back you get the camera setup at the back, so the 64 megapixel and the other lenses. I wish TECNO was very clear on the other lenses so that we could know what they're doing, but we'll figure that out as I get to use the device. At the back it's written TECNO down here, and then it's written innovation designed by TECNO. I don't know, you can see that. At the front, as usual, TECNO tries to highlight the main features it's pushing with this with the phone. So the main feature it's pushing with this phone is the 48 megapixel front camera or rear camera with the extra 3 lenses to make a quad setup, and the ultra night lens that's powered by something written DSP. There's an article on TEChnO link down below to explain the ultra night lens camera. The phone screen is a 6.6 HD plus display, so not full HD. Only the Pro version, I believe, comes with a full HD display. The 5000 milliamp battery, 4 gigs of RAM, and 64 gigs of internal storage. So yeah, let's power it on. There you go. The bezels don't look to be really big. Only the bottom chin is quite big, but overall the bezels are sort of acceptable for this price range, because this phone will cost between 13,000 and 15,000 Kenya shillings. And for that deal, getting 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage, that's such a good deal. Okay, so the setup process is the same as with all other Tecno devices. You go through a couple of setting up, and then you get to the home screen. Like with all Tecno phones, there's a brilliant or colorful wallpaper, and you get your updates are ready. Connect to Wi-Fi to continue. It's a Google Play phone, so Google Play Protect is already turned on. At the home screen, you get the default Google apps. YouTube Music, funny enough, is included, but this is the Kenyan model, so YouTube Music is not yet available in Kenya. It's available in Nigeria though, so it makes sense that it was pre-installed. You get Palm Store, Face Unlock, PHX browser, Play Store, and a couple of other services up here. You can choose to uninstall most of the apps you don't know, like Palm Store. I'll definitely uninstall that, and PHX browser. When you go to the app drawer, you get AHA Games, AI Gallery, Boomplay, a couple of bloatware apps, and then others like games and all that, which you can easily uninstall so that you don't get adverts and unnecessary notifications. There's a couple of bloatware including Visha, Viskit, Scooper, and all that. If you don't know, or if you don't use them, my advice is always to uninstall them because they are unnecessary. My other advice is to always get Nova Launcher and then disable High OS Launcher, the default launcher, so that you don't get any notifications and adverts. Otherwise, the full review will be coming soon. Before that, let's look at the camera. So I hope they've shared something on the camera. Okay, so it defaults. I haven't touched anything. The shutter sound comes automatically on. The watermark is disabled. The picture size, the back camera is set at 4:3 aspect ratio. What else? So that's on pictures. Let's go to video. The video quality maximum is 1080. It cannot shoot 4K videos yet. Funny enough, I thought that will be there because it's a huge lens. The AI cam has options for automatic light. HDR is automatic. You can also switch on 48 megapixel to take full 48 megapixel photos, and I believe that will take a second, but yeah, you can take full 48 megapixel photos. You have to accept a couple of things. The detail doesn't look too bad, but we'll test that later on. I really want to see if you can change other things but there's nothing on that. Okay, the super night mode is also included, which is new. It tells you to keep your phone steady, then takes about 4 seconds to capture an image, but we'll test that out later on in a full review. There's AR doodles and panorama mode, but there's no explanation on the extra lenses. So let's go to settings and try and find. Okay, the settings has changed, as you can see. There's a new toggle here called My Phone, which takes you to a quick look at what the phone specs are. So 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, 16 megapixel, 48 megapixel quad camera. There is not much talking about the extra lenses, so we don't know the exact number of megapixels for the extra lenses, but once I know that, I'll share that in the full review. So you'll find a new look settings. Digital well-being is included. There's a game mode, a smart panel, and yeah, the system update is down here in system. My phone has been put up here. Okay, that's it for the first impressions and unboxing. ask me any questions down below. The full review will come on techish.com in a few days or weeks, depending on what's to be written, but I'll have a full camera review of this phone because of the new 48 megapixel rear camera. I like that they went with a bigger sort of protruding camera back. It makes it look modern because most companies are announcing phones with protruding lenses and all that. Hopefully it takes as good photos as the numbers claim it should take. Subscribe.